Whoa, the turn by Youngso there. Will they know that it is Dong though?
퀄리티가 너무 잘 나와서.
Hey everyone, it's Garrison here, and welcome back to the Patreon, or the channel where we're currently watching from. And today, finally, I'll be doing my first listen / full-on album review to none other than SHINee and their 8th full album titled Hard. Now, I know, I am so late to the party, but better late than never. There are only few groups that I truly go out my way to do full album reactions to. That's the likes of Promise 9, that's the likes of the legendary boy group SHINee, EXO, Infinite. You get the point, okay? SHINee is one of those groups that I always vibe to in terms of their discography in the last several years and months, as well as if we're talking about specifically B-sides, I always mess with their B-sides, so I'm sure I'm gonna really enjoy this album review. But keep in mind, if you haven't seen my reaction to Juice yet, be sure to do so, whether that be on the Patreon or the channel. Of course, I slightly liked Juice more than Hard, if I recall correctly. Dim Joints was on that track. I really liked the skeletal kind of percussion work to that song, and of course the moments that were more so like very signature SHINee, if you know what I'm trying to say, in terms of their signature sound and all. But aside from that, okay, we're gonna split this album review on the channel into 2 parts so you guys can actually view my album review in first listen. So we're gonna have 10X, Satellite, Identity, and Like It together, while we be wrapping up in part 2 with Sweet Misery, Insomnia, and Gravity. But hey, without further ado, let's just dive into this album review now. Alright, so this first track is titled 10X. Now, I'm really interested in this particular track because I'm already seeing familiar names, the likes of Lee Hyun-suk from PNP, and of course, Andreas Oberg. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Lee Hyun-suk has worked with none other than SHINee's Key in the past before for his song Villain. Off to a great start, am I right? Has worked with Le Seraphim, Time After Time, and many of our favorite SM artists pretty much. In terms of Andreas Oberg, has worked with Red Velvet in the past before, has heavily worked with EXO and with the individual members within EXO, if I recall correctly, with the likes of DON all. Aside from that, I'm gonna have to familiarize myself with the other participating individuals on this track, but I'm gonna bring it up here right away. Keep in mind, these color-coded lyrics can be incorrect and of course can be lost in translation at times, but let's go. With a rattling. Ooh! What jazzy undertones we're getting already. Some snapping. Ooh, this verse 1 though. Mischief. Very funk-esque with it too. Now the drum kit work's kicking in. Oh wow, this is just so up my alley, everyone. Oh, where's this headed though with the pre-chorus? The snare drum work in the back. Building up here. Woo! Wow. Just the groove in the chorus, I love it. Verse 2 with Taemin. Ooh, they're taking the hi-hats here. Ooh, the delivery by Key. Wow. It's cool hearing that funk-esque, you know, delivery with the instrumentation to how vocally driven this song is. Oh, the soulfulness too in the vocal work. Oh, verse 3? You know. Love the rattling to the shakers of the percussion work. Wait, this is the bridge? Whoa, I am so lost in this song. Oh, this is a kick drum snare work. Ooh, the trickling there on the piano. Times. The rattling, right? Whether that be a tambourine. Times, we get in 10 times, baby. Ooh. Man, the vocal tension that we get in the song is so cool. 10 times. What a way to kick off this album review, but quite the interesting choice to put right after the likes of Hard and Juice in terms of the track listing, everyone. If anything I've learned to love about SHINee's discography is that I have gravitated towards SHINee's signature tracks that are more so vocally driven, the likes of 10 times here. But it was so refreshing to hear this jazzy undertone. And this is coming from an individual who used to play in jazz band back in high school on that tenor saxophone. And just hearing that, those jazzy elements, those jazzy chords coming through immediately right away with the intro. Getting surprised with the overall arrangement too, not only just having a verse 2, but of course having a verse 3 that leads up briefly into the likes of Taemin and Onu, if I recall correctly, and just how they, you know, bring things back together was so cool. I think the earwormy factor is how we get hit with the chorus 10 times, we get it 10 times, and it just continues pretty much into the post-chorus, which makes it feel like a very prolonged chorus. So it makes this song like have an overall nice, you know, easy to vibe to duration type of song, you feel me? Usually songs, they try to clock in right on the 3-minute mark or 2 minutes and 50 seconds in this day and age of K-pop and in the Western scene, especially with how streaming things are. But for SHINee to come through a 10x, good duration to it, nice groove, very fluffy funk, you know, elements coming into play while it's being vocally driven, while having a jazzy undertone to this really fascinating song to honestly enjoy and to hear upon, or listen upon first time here. I've got to admit, ad-lib work adds more textures and depth to the song. The vocal flourishes, the soulful vocal moments that added nuances to this song. Oh my goodness, whether it be in the vocal end of things or the instrumentation and elements in this song, there's added nuances on both forefronts, you feel me? So 10 times I mess with it, 10 times 10 and over again. I feel like the replay value is going to be really good for me in this particular song, everyone. But let's just dive back into 10 times, break it down more instrumentally, lyrically as well, because I love the lyrics that I was just reading on the screen here, everyone. Already, just with the chord progression and the keys being played, I'm like, oh my goodness. Are they going to take the jazzy route with it? I love how we get the rattling percussion work, the shakers in the mix, you know what I'm saying? So nice. Like, this song is like smoother than fine wine, you feel me? It's that smooth with it. And the overall movement of the song, it's very smooth. Mischief. I like how they utilize their lower register at the start of the song here. Like, this really brings me back to almost like the early days. There's like glimpses and vocal moments where I'm like, oh my goodness, they got me so reminiscent of the early days of what they did in the past before. Such as Taemin here. The muted snare drum work in the back here that's waiting to be coming more so in the forefront in the build-up for the pre-chorus into the chorus, of course. Clap, snare work, kick drum snare work. Times, getting 10 times, getting 10 times, oh baby. There's that sing-along bowl factor. There's the rattling again. 10 times, we're getting 10 times, we're getting 10 times, oh baby. Love the padding of the drums, the congo, bongo work, very lightly being tapped. Great percussion work, right? Oh, the roll down on the piano there. What's cool is even though like this piano is being repeated in the background, it just seems like there is a piano solo almost in the back there. Ooh, and just how Taemin and Onu work off each other here with the ad-lib work. So beautiful. Getting 10 times, getting 10 times. Even with the ad-lib work, it's very almost like MJ-esque with the like, oh, getting 10 times. Oh, the soulfulness. I'm waiting for the bridge though. The bridge is a huge part of this song, even though it's very brief with it. Whether that be the vocoder work or stretching the vocals in this, oh my goodness. Okay, this is verse 3. Yeah. Bridge. Woo. Just the slow burn feel that we get with Taemin is everything. And Onu's bright side here. Getting 10 times, getting 10 times, oh baby. That added hey too. Oh, the ad-lib work is immaculate. It just makes so much sense considering who's working behind the scenes in this song. Incredible. Oh my goodness. I mess with this song so much. Like, this is a solid 9 out of 10 song for me, everyone. Like I said, considering who's working behind the scenes, the likes of Lee Hyung-suk, we're talking about working with other legendary boy groups. We're talking working with in the past before with the likes of VIX and their song Scientist, if I recall correctly. And of course, Andreas Oberg. It's been a while since I've covered his works, but like I tend to vibe with Andreas Oberg's works that he takes part on. But let's just get into the next B-side now. So this next song is titled Satellite. Now, I'm loving the titling of this song. It makes me want to think that this will take the space-like, dreamy route with it. We shall see. But I'm seeing familiar names here. Park Tae-won. Park Tae-won has worked with the likes of Rover by EXO's Kai, has worked with Key, has worked with Taemin, has worked with Go and Sonya. The list truly goes on. And of course, we have Josh Cumby. Josh Cumby has worked on many of my favorite songs, and one of those songs includes My Satisfaction by IVE, everyone. But hey, without further ado, I'll make sure to familiarize myself with the other participating individuals, of course. But I'm gonna bring it up here, and let's go. Ooh, with the wood block. Ooh, I'm already loving this. Yeah. I already messed with this song, y'all. Love the synthesizer work. Ooh, to the shakers here. Ooh. Man, as we progress here, this is just so signature SHINee. But it seems like it's gonna be retro-y with it. Oh yeah. Yep. Definitely taking that retro disco influence with those synth strings, this disco synth strings. They're sending us to space with this one. Verse 2 with Minho. But I really hate it. From my point of view, because you're beautiful. Oh, easy to listen to. Nothing too jarring. Ear candy percussion work with the cowbell, woodblock work. I love it. Woo! Just how they utilize Key's like vocal work as a riser was so cool there. Just the groove to this song, it's very addictive. Whoa! Whoa, this is the bridge. Hey, oh. Oh. Whoa! Oh wow, we have fully lifted off here. Oh, they ate this up. Oh my goodness. The textures in this song are so beautiful. And just the emphasis on Satellite with the synth string work is so cool, everyone, with the bass work. Satellite is that song. I feel like this is going to end up in my top 3 favorite B-sides after this album review, everyone, because it is just that good. Like, this song has to be one of the best tracks. Like, full stops. I don't care, but I feel like I'm going to be surprised as we progress more and more in this album, right? This is so ethereal-like, very dream-like. It sends you to space, right? Space like Satellite. The harmonies are on point. I loved Onu's vocal work in this song. He had his moments, of course, and the chorus, it's to devour. It's to die for. It's like just the final topping, right? It's just like the dessert at the end of the full course meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is that song for me, without a doubt. I don't care what other people say. Satellite is for me, and just how it sends you due to the rise of the harmonies. I would say the hooks. The hooks slightly do more than its job here and all. And the bridge, like the a very prolonged bridge, but it has that sing-alongable factor that I love to it, with the great ad-lib work that SHINee has done yet again into this song. But specifically for the chorus, notice how the chorus is done in this particular song. It's done by pretty much all the members, right? And that's really amazing. You don't get that often in K-pop these days. You get all the members in the chorus, like, yes, thank you, in terms of distribution. But not only that, beautiful vocal, having a huge beautiful vocal moment in the choruses and all. So I'm gonna bring up Satellite back up here yet again. We gotta run through it again because it's just that good, everyone. Just like that wood block, like, kind of percussion work to kick it off and on. And how all the members here intro the song, kickstart it. Just that synthesizer work. Very brief with it. The shakers. Rambling of the hi-hat work. It's crazy. Like, so far in this album review, I love how every instrument, every element is there's a lot of clarity to it. Like, I could hear it through and through, and you don't get that often also in the K-pop scene. That's like been a huge frustrating thing for me these days, in this day and age of K-pop, where I'm like, you know, I just want to hear more clarity in music, you know what I'm saying? I want more so title tracks and B-sides that are easy to listen to. It doesn't have to be jarring and over the top. It doesn't have to give you an impactful first impression. Like, I'm more for like melodic tracks, you know, strong choruses and vocal moments in songs, and SHINee's always there and here to do that, right? Like, you get to cherish the vocal work. Don't have to worry. Woo! Oh, I can listen to this song all day. I'm gonna listen to it tonight. Like, I'm gonna listen to it after this album review. It has that disco influence, not too heavy with it. Oh. Here we go. Man, just how Minho flows on the track here. I love it. You. You. Wow, just the emphasis on you. Point of view, you know what I'm saying? Like, and these lyrics are just so signature SHINee as well, just the delivery of it too. Have to worry. Bring it back, and how they utilize Key as a riser. It's not necessarily the production. Like, notice Key here. Well, I've got to admit, there's a bit of a riser behind his vocal work there, but he's in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I love that riff work on the guitar work. And there comes the bridge, very prolonged with it. Rhythm guitar. O. A. O. Oh no, yes, bring it. Oh, so ethereal, like angelic with it. Truly serenading us. I love the drum kit work in the back too, the electronic drum kit work. Satellite. Beautiful. So far, my favorite B-side on this album, without a doubt, but that might change as we progress and move on with this album review. But let's just dive into the next B-side now. So this next B-side is titled Identity. I am so hyped for this song, solely based on the credits, I've got to admit, because I'm seeing from 153 Jumbas, Choiji, and everyone. We love to see it. Incredible lyricist, I've got to admit, whether she has taken part on Back to the City by Kepler, Back to Where We Belong by none other than one of my favorite girl groups these days, Billy. And you guys, for those who are familiar with Billy, very experimental girl group out there, I've got to admit, has worked with some of our other SM favorite artists and all. We have the likes of Gabriel Brandes, we have Moonshine, Cassiopeia has worked with various JYP, SM, Hybe artists at that same time. So I'm really interested in what kind of route Identity takes here and what kind of side they're going to bring out of SHINee here for this song. So I'm going to bring it up here and let's go. Yeah. Ooh, I'm already getting a sense of this song, just the beginning here. There's the Moonshine. Ooh. I love the thumping movement. There's like this kind of tension that's going on here. Oh, this is so SHINee. Like them being very dramatic with their delivery and the overall production. Yeah, this is so them. Oh yeah. See what I'm saying? Ooh, the pre-chorus though, with Onu here. Bit of the string work there, synth string. Woo! Wow, the bass line of this. Very electrifying with it, yet the sort of outpour of emotions, I love it. Ooh, the vocal filtering in the post-chorus. Ooh, nice snappy verse 2 here. Doesn't let the tension let go with this verse 2 in this song. Keeps building up, holds it, builds it up more. Builds it up a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, this is so far my favorite song. I know I said it in the last song, but woo. What is this bridge? What? Ooh, distorting of the bass. Oh, a little brass work there too. Density. There's the vocal filtering again. Ooh, that riser in the back there. This is like such a masterpiece. Like, this is a really huge 9.5 out of 10 for me, everyone. This song, wow, it plays with you. It tugs your heartstrings in a very dramatic kind of manner due to the production and, of course, the tension that's built up in the vocal work right away. It doesn't take time for it to kick off and all, and I love how it does that. The vocal filtering is very prominent, even though the refrain / post-chorus is very brief. Like, don't hide it, don't hide it. I'm here. It goes on along the lines of that. But it just that instrumental break and like refrain is so clean with it. Adds a lot more to the song, and it doesn't let the song go loose off its tracks by any means. Like, this is like almost like a train, and like the brakes are not working, and it's like constantly going and going and going and going as fast as it can. And then once we get hit with this bridge, oh my goodness, it just takes us to somewhere special, you know what I'm saying? Some crazy destination with that bridge. It felt very prolonged, but it was very brief, you know, because of how it played out. And then back into the refrain, and then the final chorus to like really wrap it up with that final chorus. You feel me? So like, Identity, it's my favorite B-side so far. I think Taemin really shines in this, and I think this is probably one of the more so SHINee-esque songs on this album, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point in the album, this album's starting to pick more steam up with Identity here, which makes me wonder how the other tracks are gonna go. But for Identity here, this is definitely the side to SHINee that is dramatic, and that's what I love about them in the past, before, and continuously leading up to now, is that they know how to express themselves really well in terms of more so dramatic pieces, or dramatic and vocally driven pieces simultaneously, right? It's not often you get groups to do something like that. Like, you gotta be like this kind of level of extraordinary to do something like this. And did I not tell you guys, Choi Ji-eun, incredible lyricist, and it is prominent in this song. Like, I love the lyrics in this song. I can sense, you know, Moonshine's influence. I can sense Cassiopeia's influence in this song. Oh my goodness, I'm in love with this song. Let me bring it back up here, but let's go. Let's go again. Yeah. Right here. That's coming in. Moonshine. There it is at the beginning there. It's very clear with it. Yeah, right there. Just a tag at the start. Love the bass work in this song, and once we get into a nice bass line in the mix too. The emphasis on certain words within these lines, I love it. The overall vocal direction to the song and arrangement is so beautiful with it. It's immaculate. Oh my goodness. One by me. On my way. That's what key, right? The emphasis on my way. What a build-up in the pre-chorus. A beautiful layup into the rim for the chorus to break free like this. Identity. My identity. Woo. Man, it's been a hot minute since I've been this passionate about a song, and like just SHINee like is bringing me back, you know, those good times, and like making it fun again. Like it's just something about these groups, Infinite, SHINee, EXO, these classic legendary boy groups that other groups I can't do. I said it in the past before, and I can't help but to say it again, because like it's evident here. It is so evident here. The verses are incredible in this song too. Like verse 2, I love it. Hold on, Act 2. Okay, Act 2. Rise again. Build it up again. My identity. It's so memorable. The melodies, so memorable upon first listen. And just the impact. Notice how the impact of this song is not over jarring. It just catches you off guard right away in a good way. Like, come on. Bridge. It's a very slow burn bridge. It's not like prolonged. It feels long because it's breaking down in here. Oh, distorting the bass, the choir like, you know, work in the back. Don't hide it. Pumping. Brass work. Wow, what a twist with the brass work. My identity. That vocal layering. Just the added impactful moments with the ad-lib work, the extra instruments. A riser at the end here, nice added twist. So good, everyone. I think Identity is my clear favorite so far here. Without a doubt, it has to be Identity, everyone. But let's just get into the next B-side now. So this next song is Like It, the final song to part 1 of this album review. If you're watching this from the YouTube channel, if you're watching this from Patreon, don't worry, we're going to continue on beyond Like It in terms of this album review. But I'm seeing one familiar name, actually two. One name that is from Very Goods, a nice, beautiful collective that I've seen from time to time in my album reviews and track listings. Other familiar name, Ryan Eschun. Don't really want to get into him so much because I have my reasons why, and I don't mess with that particular individual. But I'm really interested how Like It is gonna go nonetheless. So I'm gonna bring it up here right away, and let's go. Ooh, I like the finger snap in here. Very snappy with it. Listening up the chimes. Ooh. Now it's building up with the synthesizer work. You got key, okay. Into the chorus here. Very propulsive with it in the chorus. Oh, I'm loving this song already. Some plucks here. Very brief sections, I've got to admit. Yet very effective with it. I love the dramatic moments in the song. Too. The vocal blending is very on point with this song too. I love it. Here we go. Deja vu. Wow. And it really suits the season of summer, I've got to admit. There's those synth strings. Woo. Wow, the bass work. Very heavy on its feet with it, per se. That very fun rhythm, funky guitar work there. Oh, this bridge. Bring it back. Oh, the vocal blending. It's everything. To the propulsive chorus, it's a match made in heaven. Woo. Like it, Ooh, I give this song a really strong 9 out of 10, you know? From time to time, when it comes to tracks that Ryan S-Chun has worked upon, I gotta admit, it has been hit or miss, but this is definitely a hit for me. Like, even though it's very brief with it, it's clocking in at 2 minutes and 45 seconds about. I really mess with this song. Very brief, yet effective with it. And it really goes to show you, you know, SHINee can do it, you know. They can do these shorter songs and still make it effective. And I have a problem with, you know, short and length songs because half of the time I really believe those songs just are leaving some moments that are left to be wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like a bridge. We got a brief bridge in this particular song, even though it was very brief and short with it, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So you feel me? Like, this was very thorough, sharp cut with the vocal blending, very on point of what SHINee has done in the past before. It really reminds me of their amazing song, View, and it works for the season of summer and beyond. Can totally envision myself listening to this song during the season of summer and beyond. But I'm going to bring it up here again, go through it again before we get into part 2 of this album review, or the next B-side, of course, but yeah. Just so fun with it. And don't even get me started with the propulsive beat work in the chorus. I love the finger snapping within the verses in the song too, especially verse 1 here. Really setting the tone to the song. Tune. These risers. Here we go, yeah. Here we go. Woo! Love the string work. Synth string work is very prominent in the song. There's that snapping again. I told you guys. I love it. It's very simple, but it adds so much to the song. It adds more drive to the song. Tune. Yes, Onu shines in this song too, as much as Mino has. Has that sing-along factor to it. Like, it doesn't take time to really get down this song upon first listen. It's just that effective and that good with it, even though it lives up to 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Bridge. Yeah, I like this bridge. You know, even though it's a two-liner, it does its job. Or one-liner. I'm just listening to it fully through again because I love this song. Has to be in my top 3 favorite B-sides. It's like right under Satellite. Love the plucks, the bass work, synthesizer work. Just the overall layers of the song was well thought out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, you know? It's what's really cool about SHINee is, like, I love how they take their signature sound and they implement it on sort of modern day trends, whether that be duration of songs, whether that be more so like in your face, NCT-esque, you know, that we've heard from this era, right? In terms of title track wise and all. But like, you got to give it to them. Like it's very brief, yet very, very super duper effective with it in terms of the overall vibes to the song. But let's just get into part 2 of this first listen and album review. After that, we'll get into my concluding thoughts, so let's just do that now.